all genres of.
All right, so it's my weekend, and I had to wait until Saturday morning for my tire to come in to get a new tire because I popped the other one, and so drove to work every day for a week with the spare that I already was using a shit ton. So anyway, I got a new tire, and I went out on my day, and I had goals, and I got stoned because I was like, we're gonna fight through this shit. And I took all my challenges, every next thing in front of you, no matter how stupid, like going to a Walmart and all that other shit. And anyway, so I left after I got my tire. I left, and I typed in a place called Nico's World, which is trippy because I met a guy named Nico.
GPS signal lost.
Shut up, GPS. Hope you don't interrupt me again, you evil sons of bitches. I was getting spiritually attacked, so I'm still getting spiritually attacked. So if you hear that, that's part of it, but who cares? Anyway, so I met a guy named Fabian Escobar, and he was a truck driver, and it was the only time in my trucking career I couldn't park my 18-wheeler. Like, I couldn't back it up into the dock. It was just impossible. I'm not going to explain it too much. Besides, I had to go between one truck, blindside, and his, and he's like, just chill about it, man. And when he first got out the truck to greet me, he gets out and I'm standing, and the sun, like a cloud moved from the sun just enough to make a perfect patch of beam of light that was us two in it, and me and him were just like, whoa, hello. And he goes, Nico. He called me Nico and shit. It's a good, beautiful story and an amazing conversation I had with this guy, and very powerful dude. It was the one time I could do it in New Jersey. I could back up anywhere in LA, everywhere. And this was one place I just couldn't. And he basically convinced me to be somebody that went and got a passport so one day I could go to South America and Las Vega. And that's where he's from. But then I was going to go to Bogota. But the universe took me to another direction, which was the right direction. But I at least planted seeds in my mind of how I had to leave and all that shit. So anyway, at Nico World, interesting. It was a metaphysical shop. So it's like interesting. It would be named after a guy. It would remind me of the time that guy, I told you I see a sign. Remember how I got a video, I'm going to post it before these two. I literally talk about how if I see a sign physically, I know that's this person. Nico. That would be Fabian. The fact that it's called that. So I get there and the wind blew the sign out. There was no sign. But there was Smokers Town next door to it. And I'm over here on a stone mission. I'm like, what? I wonder if Smokers Town knows anything about this nicotine world. It's not nicotine, but the guy's name's Nico. And I go in and they got cool ass sage and they got all this cool stuff in there. I got my first thing of sage. It's blue sage. 323 on the clock. You know, you live in a matrix. It's a game world. I'm telling you, fire burns through reality. So what is a fire and smoke anyway on the layers of dimensions that are here and how that energizes and fluctuates things into movement in other realms that are here, all that good jazz. It's interesting. I believe you guys. That's why life is so cool, because if you believe it, it becomes true. So when you really understand this secret, then all this stupid shit makes sense. Then all the tribes people for thousands of years in all cultures aren't being stupid. Like, they were totally aware of what they were doing. Native Americans, all of them were aware of what they were doing. They know if they do a fire dance or a rain dance, it'll rain. They're willing it to rain. And using elements and materials, frequency of the realm you're in to use that shit so it affects what? Something of like vibe, the same earth realm it is in. You see what I'm saying? Earth realm gets that. That's why tools and la 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 la. So that's cool. I got that. But it was trippy because when I was looking, I walk in and I had to wear a mask, but I didn't have to, but I wore it anyway just to be nice to the guy. So it was, but I noticed that was kind of more of an attack to stop me, as well as the sign being gone. And I have I got stories about storms you wouldn't believe. So I'm not going to tell them right now. But I got 444 on the phone. I'm telling you. I have stories about tornadoes and earthquakes in my life. and I've never mentioned them for a reason. They're really crazy. So I'm telling you, power of God shit. I love it. And you're God. You're a creator. Don't get it to your head though. Everything that is you thinking all that shit is just some burnt out ego. I realize I ain't shit, so when I get stoned, I can go on these adventures and it's fun as fuck. And when I got there, like the sign's not there. Oh wow, that's trippy, but it's near Smokers Town. Oh my god, there's such synchronicities here. Like that's trippy. And I go in and I find that blue, and it was the first one he mentioned. It was the first one I looked at. And there was a bunch of different ones for different purposes, aka what are you focusing on? And I picked that one, and then please, I hope I have time for all this. I got this. That was the only candle. I got 100 candles. This one says breakup. And what drawed me to it was the only one that was on the floor. It was on the ground. I was like, ooh, 4, 5, 4, 6. 4, 5, 6. So I was like, ooh. I've had a snake, a black snake, die in my hands. It was the only animal that's, I have a story about a huge black snake. Like there's a cop involved in this story I have. It was near the bank in Union on Main Street. There was this huge black snake, and like police and everything got involved. It was so damn huge. I ended up carrying him around, and he nudged me in the neck, and he was alive, but he had internal damage. It didn't look like he got ran over, but there was a couple spots I could find where it looked like he did a little, I guess, but you could not tell. And it was this huge black snake, so I got that in my life. I cry like it's one of the most emotional moments for me. Like I cried over this snake, and so I can tell it all. So that was interesting, and it says breakup. And it was very transformative, very Scorpio-like. Scorpio and snakes, so very similar in ways. I'll say that. And the fact that it said 8-inch vision candle, 8 is Scorpio. And it just was the only one out of place on the floor, ground level. I'm like, fucking magic. So I grabbed that. I wonder if that does fit here. That would be trippy. It's not, but damn, it's still pretty cool. And also, it looks like a 6 or a 9, which is my birth number. And there's a lot of things about it. I mean, it's kind of making an 8, but you know what I get. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, crazy guy. You give it. And so after that, I go to Walmart because I'm trying to get a water. You know, you get there, you see further. I already had it on my list. Let's go in and see if I can get my water filter. I didn't find it. But right when I parked and I pulled up, I found this thing. I find a bunch of these. I collect them on my journey. I got some at Tybee Island, from some of the islands I hit on the way over here. And I got one. I just got a few of them. And it's just weird. I don't know, you know, maybe my buddy Jake or whatever, but I got the skull. And I was like, what? And like, I get the reference. And it's black and white. I get the reference. I'm not going to explain it all. But when I go to Walmart, I found nothing besides these pants. And it's got skulls with the red and the blue. And I was like, perfect. It's like, it literally matches my wallet even that I had the money with. Look at that shit. I found this. I'm not a Jesus guy, but I found this while broke down on the side of the strait that it takes to get from the Florida Keys through a big section of Florida where there's nothing. So it's just like a field for miles and miles. Like I would take me a week or 2 weeks to walk it, and I left with a gas can willing to do so. And a guy pulled up and but before I got picked up, there was a wallet out in the middle of butt fuck nowhere, like 60 miles away from anything. So it was really cool. And see how all these things match and the vibes there. It's got the black and white again, like the actual fucking, you know, whatever, black and white candle, black and white. The fact that I got a black and white this, and I bought this first, and then I get here and it's got the black and white. I was talking about that, about Matrix 1042 on the fucking clock, birthday anagram, you know. Anyway, it was perfect. It's perfect. Dude was perfect. And when I left, last few things. So right when I buy the pants, I'm like, wow, like everything's happening. And I'm like, let's go to McDonald's. And I pull out and I take when I went to Walmart, I found this thing, and I went in and there was a guy. And, you know, I'm just being calm through all the energy blocks, aka people awkwardly standing near you, where it's kind of like, this is a little awkward, you know, like shit like that seems to be off key, little, like you're walking right next to this kid, you're trying to get in the door, but all that shit, I was just so fucking, I was like, oh, this is an easy level. I can beat through this 946. That means there's something out here though. Like the fact that this is how it's going. Yeah, there's something here. Scoping it out. Mercury Scorpio. There's something here in this game. I love it. And well, man, Mercury Taurus. Anyway, and right when I walked in, the guy with one of those carts that you drive in, well, a Walmart employee was picking it up, and he looks over and said it's dead. So I got skull and bones, skulls, snakes, breakup, dead snake. You know what I'm saying? By Dead Snake Story Candle, reminds me of Sad Story 1024. Can't, sad, pull up, skull and bones, walk in, death, dead. He said dead. First things he said, it's dead, it's dead, it's dead. And then I walk in. I love the death ride. Jesus, see the wallet? Jesus is dead. And it matches with the skull. Dead. Car was dead the day I got the dead. Dead. You know what my first tarot card I ever got was? The death card. It really was. It was a trippy experience. So yeah, it's death. I got a story about hearing a cat from beyond the realms of reality. I was in Litchfield, staying at the Cougar Jaguar High School or whatever, 1111 on my phone. And I was looking at the plane, and I thought, because I got such intuition about energy coming back, I kind of have the storyline of what's about to play out, basically, and then it plays out differently, but you get it. And my thought was, I was looking at this plane thinking, how weird would it be if it blow up? Just a skit in my head. And if it did blow up, like right now, I'd be like, whoa, and then I'd hear about it later on the news or some shit, and I'd be like, dude, for the rest of my life, I was there. I thought about it blowing up, and then I saw it blow up. So I think that thought while the sun's setting. And then a sonic boom goes off, and I hear a cat's meow. But it popped off inside the storage shed at the baseball fields where I was sleeping with my dogs. We were hiking from St. Louis in the Hood to Michigan. And in Illinois, I was in Litchfield, which means undead sorcerer. When I entered Litchfield, there was a dead cat on the side of the road, and I did a little like whatever. I'm not gonna tell you how I do, and I was basically just saying openly that the cat's allowed to go and shit and be released. And then it was right after that. So in my mind, that cat followed me, and I actually ended up the next morning going to the janitor, one of the custodians at the high school, and I told him about a cat that I thought must have been in that building because it was a sonic fucking boom, and then I heard this cat, but I tried to play it off logically because I'm, it's not like I just instantly believe dumb shit. I'm all like, there must be a cat in that building, but there wasn't, and it's just stupidly obvious that I looked around there's just an open field. There's no way a cat could hide. So, and I got plenty of stories of other things about death. So it's actually a good thing. In tarot, the Scorpio rules the Tower card and the Death card. And as I said, my first card I ever got in a tarot reading was the Death card. And my last name is Dyer. So it's like, I get a lot of death references. That's why I say a Scorpio Stellium, man, I get death references everywhere. It's a really good thing. All the colors that is in black, that means all the colors are in there. It's really magical when you think about that. The equivalent to this would be a tie-dye. You really understand energy. I'm going to get out of here. Oh, yeah, sorry. When I left Walmart, the last thing, please hope this lasts, 13:31. When I left, I look over my right. This is all playing out like second by second, like boom, 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 boom. And like 30 minutes later, I got 15 different key points in the story. Last one being, I see it, cop. In the mirror. I see a dude puking on the side of the road at a what the fuck is that called? Chick-fil-A. I remember. Chick-fil-A, which is where the meat I handle, I work in Chick-fil-A. So if you're eating the meat from my job, you'd be eating, I'm like the source of Chick-fil-A, 1414. So I found this chicken bone and I held on to it. And now I work at a job where we kill chickens and I make money off of it. Ain't that interesting? Scorpio is one of the 4 money signs. Ain't that interesting? Anyway, so I got this bone because I just love it. Did you know dice, which I am very good with, I got stories about dice, are called knuckle bones? They used to use bones of animals. And I'm really good at dice divination. Due to Saturn. just because I got down with Saturn on it. But anyway, yeah, it's weird because there's a NASA shirt next to a guy who's puking. It was like, I look over to my right, Chick-fil-A. I'm like, I even got a Chick-fil-A card, $5 on it. That's some spiritual attacks being attacked. I told you I got spiritually attacked. Now you can see it flying through the ethers of your guys' realities, aka other people's, like a person puking at Chick-fil-A. It sounds really weird, but that's the truth. If you really understood it, to know and not to do is not to know, you'd understand that you're affecting other people. So when you handle your challenges, being in an awkward situation, and you feel good no matter what, you just, it plays out. I got material goods this time, which is really cool. I like that. But I guess I'm gonna end this before it shuts me off. But yeah, it was a shit ton of things that just happened. I'm fucking happy about it. I love my death stuff. I love it. Little Demon Slayer gear. You got the cool little cozy. I need a little grip for my fucking katana. I love it. I use staff all day. Anyway, I'm done. I love you guys.